Testosterone, the naturally occurring male wonder drug, the hormone that courses through the veins of all of the manliest of the manly men. And the more you have of it, the bigger, the stronger, the manlier you are. Or is that all bullshit? There is so much information out there on testosterone, and I'm here to tell you today that a lot of it is not totally accurate. Men are being sold testosterone supplements like it is going out of style. And don't get me wrong, hormonal balance is extremely important for overall health as well as sexual health. And yeah, today, men have less testosterone on average than their dads and grandfathers did at the same age. But somewhere along the way, we as a society decided that an abundance of testosterone is totally crucial to being a high-functioning, powerful, respectable, desirable man. So if you've ever considered taking extra or exogenous testosterone, it's really important that you understand exactly what it does. And beyond that, important to know how much testosterone do you actually have coursing through your veins right now. You see, the presence of testosterone is attributed to qualities like strength, aggression, ambition, sex drive, even physical stature. And yeah, some of that is true, but it's more complicated than just saying that there's a relationship. So in this video, I'm breaking down 5 common myths about testosterone. And I will explain exactly, well, to a degree that I can inside of a YouTube video without being an MD, PhD, what testosterone does and doesn't do to your body. So stick around until the end because some of these facts are going to surprise you. Before I dive in, I want to say that keeping track of your hormonal balance is extremely important for both women and men, which is why I've teamed up with Let's Get Checked, the sponsor of today's video. They make a super easy at-home test that provides a comprehensive overview of your hormone health. You do not have to go to your doctor. You do not have to ask your doctor permission to test what's going on inside of you. I have taken their tests plenty of times and I cannot speak highly enough about the service. They send you your test at home. You collect a really simple sample and you mail it back to them. You get your results online in their online web portal in 3 to 5 days. They make a bunch of different test kits, but my absolute favorite is the male advanced hormone test. And that's because, as we're going to explain in this video, it's not as simple as just testing the amount of testosterone that you have in your body. Let's Get Checked has developed a far more comprehensive test that will tell you more about what's going on than just that simple number. Let's Get Checked is offering viewers of my channel a whopping 30% off when they use code Caitlin30 at checkout. You can go to my link, beep, 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 or click down in the description below to check them out for yourself. Without further ado, let's dive in. Myth number 1, testosterone is the male sex hormone. Testosterone, also called Big T, plays an important role in male development. And yes, you can partially blame this hormone for all the wet dreams, untimely boners, and constant urge to jack off that you experienced in puberty. But it's actually present in the male body even before you're born. Then, between the ages of 10 and 14, men start to produce much more testosterone and, as a result, start to grow. Facial and body hair develops, more muscle mass, and they actually get their adult genitals. And, as a result, start to grow facial and body hair, develop more muscle mass, and develop adult genitals. And yeah, it definitely has an impact on things like mood, body fat distribution, sperm production, and sex drive. But testosterone is not just the male sex hormone. Women actually have it too. For women, testosterone plays an important role in bone and breast health, fertility, sex drive, and even menstrual health. The difference between men and women's bodies isn't just chalked up to the presence of testosterone, it's actually mainly about what our bodies do with it. Women's bodies actually convert T into other hormones like estrogen, while male bodies just leave it as it is and let it do its thing. Myth number 2, testosterone makes you angry. One of the most commonly believed myths about testosterone is that it raises aggression in males. We all know the type, the big, buff, quick to react with anger, always ready to get into a fight. Well, the media has bombarded us with images and stories telling us that those are qualities directly attributed to testosterone, but it's really not as simple as that. There have been plenty of studies researching the effects of testosterone on male behavior, and listen up. Although it's true that testosterone does impact aggression and violence, it may not be in the way that you would expect. Testosterone is a hormone that gets produced partially based on what's going on internally, but partially based on what's going on externally. So there are studies that show that testosterone production is actually spiked by your environment being violent or stressful. So it's not as simple as saying men with more testosterone are more angry or more prone to violence. It's actually much more of a chicken and egg scenario. It turns out that if you're a man in an aggressive, competitive environment, your body will start to produce more testosterone as a result. So while it's true that higher levels of testosterone tend to be found in successful, competitive, aggressive men, it's possible that those levels are caused by the qualities in that environment that foster them and not the other way around. Myth number 3, testosterone supercharges your sex drive. Another huge myth is that testosterone levels are make or break when it comes to your sex drive. And yeah, that is partially true. Absolutely, low testosterone levels contribute to a low libido. But the part of the myth that is problematic is that there's this idea that when it comes to testosterone in men, that more is always better. Like anything in the human body or life in general, it is about balance. And the problem with the more the merrier testosterone myth is that it can actually cause some serious damage. I mean, I have had clients who were taking testosterone supplements in order to boost their libido and then ended up having some scary side effects when that went a little too far. I've had clients that developed unhealthy relationships to porn, had mood swings, developed adult acne, had some pretty scary fantasies, ended up doing some things that they really did not want to do because their testosterone was so high that they actually felt really out of control. So before you decide that more testosterone is the solution to your libido woes, consider this. Our bodies are extremely complex organisms with a million factors that contribute to and affect each other. Testosterone gets a reputation as some sort of cure-all in men, but it's equally important to have other hormones in balance. Like, have you ever considered your estradiol levels? Have you even heard of estradiol? Well, it's another important hormone that is also essential for modulating your libido, erectile function, sperm production. How about prolactin? It's a hormone that helps the production of testosterone and also has an effect on your libido and sexual function. So testosterone is important, but it's far from being the only star of the show. It just happens to be the most heavily marketed. Myth number 4, testosterone improves male fertility. Testosterone does affect male libido and has a partial role to play in genital health. So when men run into fertility concerns, their first thought is often that they need to get their T count up. And while testosterone is definitely crucial in male fertility, taking supplements to boost it can actually have the opposite effect. Research shows that when men take testosterone supplements, they actually stop their bodies from being able to naturally produce it. On top of that, supplementing with extra testosterone can also stop your body from producing other hormones that are necessary for fertility. You heard me correctly. Testosterone supplements or a naturally occurring high testosterone imbalance can actually lead to infertility in men. And considering how much emphasis society puts on testosterone when it comes to male vitality, I think that fact is pretty shocking. Which brings me to myth number 5. Testosterone makes you stronger. Okay, this one is a little tricky. There is a lot out there about athletes supplementing with testosterone to boost strength and performance. And yes, testosterone does increase muscle mass. It does have an impact on your overall strength, but it is not as simple as saying that it is some super drug that gives you instantly enhanced strength and ability. So there are a few things you need to know before you consider adding it into your life. First of all, testosterone can help build muscle and mass over time, but only with long periods of time and with the help of additional training. It's not a quick fix. You cannot simply take testosterone and go from couch potato to Popeye. That's spinach. The results are not going to be as drastic as you might be hoping. Secondly, taking testosterone as a supplement to your body stops your body from being able to produce it naturally, like I said, which is actually a huge issue if you ever want to stop taking it. So even if you see some results in your strength and muscle mass, the minute that you stop taking it, you can expect to lose those gains and return your body to your natural state. Only now it has to relearn how to produce its own testosterone, which unfortunately takes time and quite frankly doesn't sound like that much fun. So there you have it. 5 common myths about testosterone debunked. Like I said, testosterone is a natural and super important part of the human body and your sexual functioning as well as your overall health, both in men and women. But don't believe that it is a super wonder drug cure-all to all things that may be going on in your body. The first and most important thing that you must know is how much testosterone you have, as well as its balance with all of the other hormones that I mentioned earlier: prolactin, estradiol, the protein that is called sex-binding hemoglobulin, which helps carry your hormones through your body. It's a complicated system in there, guys. Check out Let's Get Checked. Get an actual full picture beyond what the average doctor will ever test you for of what's going on in your body, so that you have the information that you need to be empowered around your sexual and physical health. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Caitlin B, and I will see you here next week.